everybody, welcome to the very first episode of Cinematically Late. If you're just now getting this video, hopefully you watched the previous video, which was sort of the intro, what this series is going to be all about. If you missed it, I will make sure to link it below as well as in the up corner boxes. I think it's one of those ones. So make sure you check that out. But this is the very first episode. Been talking about it a long time for it, so I am finally excited to talk about it. I was going back and forth on a bunch of different movies that I wanted to talk about first, but this one really surprised me. I liked it a lot, so I figured why not make it the very first, the inaugural episode, 001, if you will, of Cinematically Late. So that is going to be talking about Knives Out. Now, this one is directed by Rian Johnson, who, of course, directed The Last Jedi, along with other things like Looper, I believe he did, and some other things. But this one really kind of came out for him at a good / bad time. I say that because he very much was on a lot of people's minds from Last Jedi, messing it up. Other people praised it. I'm kind of sort of in the middle. There's a lot of good stuff, but that's a whole different video. I'm not even going to talk about that right now. But this is Cinematically Late. So if you know the concept, essentially what it is, I'm going to be making it top about 5 talking points about this movie that I feel like are worth mentioning. So let's go ahead and get started right in with number 1. Now, the first talking point is that this movie is actually amazingly fun. There's a lot of good character moments, a lot of good things that are keeping you interested. It feels very fresh. It doesn't feel like every single movie that's out, I would want to say right now, but I guess I should say at the time, even though it's really not that old. It just felt very different. It's still a murder mystery, but it's different from all the other murder mysteries that have come out, such as Murder on the Orient Express, which kind of leads me into point number 2. I love a good murder mystery. Murder on the Orient Express kind of did that, but I think it was just way too serious. This one was a little bit goofy, a little bit wacky in the ways that like Clue is. It doesn't take the murder mystery genre super serious, although it does have that fun element to it. So I did really enjoy that. I guess 1 and 2 talking points kind of go hand in hand in terms of what I liked about the movie, because it just engaged me very much. Number 1, because I loved the topic. I think it was very interesting. The characters were super fun. The variety of actors as well as what they brought to the table for each single character I thought was a lot of fun, and the way the dynamic was and the interchanging parts on how each character interacted with one another. Absolutely loved it. Thought it was amazing. What kind of leads me into point number 3, I guess, which would be the performances. Every single actor did a great job. My only gripe, I think, is that some were underutilized, whereas more got a little bit more time. I loved little things like the husband and wife who were being interrogated, and like one saying, "Oh, you'll never get this pulled past me. I'm too smart," kind of thing. And then immediately the husband, who's being interrogated next, completely just sort of spills his guts about whatever ridiculous thing he has to say about the topic. So little things like that I thought were hilarious. I wish we got to see some of those minor characters a little bit more. Even some of the major characters I feel like could have used even a tiny bit more screen time. I wish this movie would have been a little bit longer, but there's a lot of different things going on, so it definitely keeps you engaged from start to finish. Let's go ahead and move on to the last talking point. I don't think I really want to go into a 5th one. I think I pretty much covered all my thoughts just very briefly on some of those things. The most disappointing thing about this movie is that about halfway through, I felt like the big reveal was done. So the whodunit portion of it was kind of just told to us, and so we never really needed to finish the movie. Luckily, there is a sort of secondary mystery, or a bigger, I guess in the words of the main characters here, like there's a smaller hole inside of the donut, or whatever weird analogy that Daniel Craig's character made there. There is a different mystery, another mystery as to who actually did it. Not in the same element that Clue did it, where it was, here's the answer, but then here's 3 alternate options that could have happened. This one was just pretty straightforward. It gave you that main murder mystery as well as a larger mystery within that to cover it up sort of situation. So it had that element to it where there was more to it. It just felt like there was a bit of a lull midway through when that reveal was given to us, that I was just like, okay, now I have half a movie to watch, but I already know what happened. Luckily, there's a second part to it, but That was probably my biggest gripe about the movie overall. But I would highly recommend watching Knives Out. This was a phenomenal movie, start to finish. I enjoyed it through and through. Definitely worth owning, I would say. Even if you're not going to watch it all the time, there's a ton of great things, little nuances here and there that if you watch it several times, you'll maybe see things in the background or subtle hints as to what is going to be foreshadowed in the future, things like that. So I highly recommend checking it out if you haven't already. If you have seen Knives Out, make sure you let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section down below, as well as let me know what you think about this Cinematically Late series, what you guys like about it, don't like about it. If there's anything you want to suggest, make sure you leave that in the comment section down below, as well as leave a like while you're down there, and make sure you share these videos and subscribe because I am on the road to 300 subs, so I want to make sure I get there by the end of 2020, assuming we all get there with this COVID-19 thing. I will continue to make that joke until people stop laughing at it, which I think I'm the only one that thinks that's funny, but that's beside the point. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to this for these videos, this channel, and you can look forward to more Cinematically Late every single Thursday, so make sure you subscribe for that. Other than that, those are my thoughts on Knives Out. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.